Have you ever wondered about Vincent van Gogh? This Capstone movie will be about the life and art of Vincent van Gogh. Vincent van Gogh only became famous after his death because it was until then most people knew about his story and art. This was mostly because it was sold for very high prices around the world. It also featured in blockbuster auctions. According to my art teacher, Miss Cameron, Vincent was a man that when he was alive was not valued enough. His art not being famous when he was alive was partially his decision, in my opinion, because he was the one that didn't sell his paintings. One of his best paintings was known among peasants, which was called the Potato Eaters. It perfectly represented a family having a meal, even though their heads were weirdly shaped in a unique way. Vincent van Gogh sold one painting at an auction called the Red Vineyard. It was sold to a woman named Anna for 400 francs, equivalent to $1,000 today. Vincent's brother Theo deeply cared for Vincent and supported him. He was the one that supported Vincent's work in the first place. Theo was the one that encouraged Vincent to paint, and if not for him, Vincent might have never become a painter and become known. If it wasn't for Theo, Vincent would not have much purpose, and depression may have gone to him faster. In my opinion, if Theo van Gogh didn't exist, Vincent's life would have been way worse than it already was. Vincent van Gogh's life was so terrible, he was known as the tortured artist. In modern times, Vincent van Gogh has developed a powerful influence on modern painting because of the way he painted. Because of this, many people were inspired after seeing his work, and some even started painting just because of him. Vincent van Gogh used very thick paint and used it in an amazing way. This inspired many modern artists and shaped their art in a different way. Vincent van Gogh is now a very respected person because he was able to do amazing things with poverty and depression dragging him down. Vincent van Gogh is enormously respected by fellow artists and exhibited in several shows in his short 10-year career as an artist. But it was surprising to me Vincent van Gogh only sold one painting in his whole life. Vincent van Gogh's earliest paintings were earth-tone scenes of nature and peasants. After several paintings like this, he became increasingly influenced by Japanese prints and the work of the Impressionists in France. The bright new palette changed Vincent van Gogh's previous dark color scheme. The Impressionists and Post-Impressionists of Vincent's time influenced him greatly after he moved to Paris in 1886. Vincent van Gogh uses this new Impressionist and Post-Impressionist style alter not only his work, but also all of art history. Vincent van Gogh's sunflower paintings opened a door to new evolution in decor and art. Not only did Vincent inspire others to paint sunflowers, but he also created a trend that would span various lifestyles and personas. I think Vincent deserved a much better life because of the way he changed the future of art. Vincent got into fights with his friends, leading to Vincent becoming more lonely. One of Vincent's final paintings, Starry Night, I think has the most story. This was the painting that inspired me to learn about Vincent van Gogh's life and art. Sometimes I would like to think about what would happen if Vincent van Gogh never shot himself, and if it will lead to good or bad. Today, Vincent van Gogh has art in many museums, including the Starry Night, which is in the Museum of Modern Art. The Van Gogh Museum in Amsterdam has many of Vincent's paintings, and many people go there to see the famous painting, The Potato Eaters. Vincent van Gogh is a very talented person, and his life and art will always be remembered and will continue to inspire many people. Thanks for listening to my capstone, and I hope you find Vincent van Gogh's life and art as